Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to delve into the terrifying universe of H.P. Lovecraft, an author who revolutionized the horror genre with his unique vision of the cosmos and unknown. H.P. Lovecraft, born in 1890, is widely regarded as one of the most influential writers in horror literature. Although he did not enjoy great fame during his lifetime, his legacy has endured and expanded, inspiring generations of writers, filmmakers, and content creators. In this video, we'll be focusing on the Cthulhu Mythos, a series of interconnected tales revolving around ancient deities, dark cults, and cosmic horror. But what exactly are the Cthulhu Mythos? They're a rich mythology created by Lovecraft, exploring humanity's insignificance in the face of incomprehensible forces and the terror that lurks in the unknown. Throughout this video, we'll take a tour of the most iconic stories that make up this universe, unraveling their themes, characters, and the haunting atmosphere that characterizes them. So, if you're a horror lover or just curious about Lovecraft's legacy, stay with us. Let's begin our journey through the Cthulhu Mythos. The Cthulhu Mythos did not emerge from nowhere. To understand their origin, it is essential to explore the life and mind of the man behind these disturbing stories. H.P. Lovecraft. Born in Providence, Rhode Island, in 1890, Lovecraft had a childhood marked by tragedy and loneliness. His family faced mental health problems, and his father was placed in an asylum, which left a deep mark on his psyche. From a young age, Lovecraft showed a voracious interest in reading, especially in science, mythology, and fantasy literature. His influences include authors such as Edgar Allan Poe and Arthur Machen, as well as classical mythology and the scientific theories of his time. This background allowed him to build a unique literary universe, where science and the supernatural intertwine. In 1928, Lovecraft published his famous short story, The Call of Cthulhu, which laid the groundwork for what would later become known as the Cthulhu Mythos. This tale introduced for the first time the fearsome Cthulhu, a cosmic entity that lies in a deep sleep, awaiting the moment to awaken. From here, Lovecraft began to weave a web of stories that connected through characters, places, and concepts. Throughout his career, Lovecraft was a pioneer in the creation of a shared universe, where other authors could contribute their own stories, enriching the myth. This idea of collaboration was key to expanding the Cthulhu Mythos, and thus cults, deities, and horror beings emerged that have become iconic. Today, the Cthulhu Mythos has transcended time, and its influence can be seen in literature, film, and video games. But it all began with a young writer who, through his fears and dreams, created a world where the unknown always lurks. So, by exploring Lovecraft's tales, we are not only delving into tales of horror, but also into a reflection of his own struggles and obsessions. In the next segment, we will dive into some of the most representative tales of the Cthulhu Mythos. The Cthulhu Mythos is comprised of a series of interconnected tales that explore cosmic horror and the unknown. Below, we'll explore some of the most iconic tales that make up this fascinating universe. The Call of Cthulhu. This story, first published in 1928, is perhaps Lovecraft's most famous. The story is told through the memories of a Brown University professor who discovers the existence of Cthulhu, an ancient deity who has been dormant in the sunken city of Relia. Through various characters and documents, the existence of cults worshipping Cthulhu is revealed, who believe that he will one day awaken. The story is notable for its atmosphere of despair and madness, and raises questions about forbidden knowledge and human insignificance in the face of the cosmic. The Shadow over Innsmouth. In this tale, a traveler arrives in the decaying coastal town of Innsmouth, where he encounters a strange and isolated community. As he investigates, he uncovers dark secrets about the town and its inhabitants, who are related to sea creatures known as the Deep Ones. The atmosphere of horror and mystery intensifies as the protagonist unravels the truth about his own heritage and the pact the town has made with these creatures. This tale reflects themes of xenophobia and the duality of human nature. The Nameless City. This short but powerful tale presents the story of a traveler who comes across an ancient city filled with ruins and mysteries. As he explores, he discovers a history of lost civilizations and terrifying beings. The atmosphere of the story is oppressive, and the ending leaves readers with a feeling of unease, questioning reality and perception. Dreams in the Witch's House. This story combines psychological horror with supernatural horror. The protagonist, a student who becomes obsessed with a ruined house, begins to have strange dreams related to a witch who once lived there. As he delves deeper into his investigation, the line between reality and dream becomes blurred, leading to a terrifying ending. This tale stands out for its exploration of the power of dreams and madness. The Thing on the Doorstep. This tale tells the story of a man who attempts to revive his beloved through dark and forbidden methods. The plot focuses on the horror of identity and possession, while exploring the boundaries of science and magic. As the story progresses, the protagonist faces the consequences of his obsession, plunging into an abyss of madness and terror. Other relevant stories. In addition to these tales, Lovecraft wrote several stories that contribute to the Cthulhu Mythos, such as The Color Out of Space, where a meteorite brings with it unspeakable horror, and The Whisper in the Dark, which mixes science and the supernatural. These works enrich Lovecraft's universe and offer more nuances to his vision of cosmic horror. If you're enjoying this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Your support means a lot and motivates me to keep creating more interesting content. Also, if you're not subscribed yet, join our community so you don't miss out on anything. Thanks for your support. The tales of the Cthulhu Mythos are not just horror stories. They are profound reflections on the human condition and our relationship to the unknown. As we delve deeper into this world, we realize that often the true horror lies in what we cannot understand. The Cthulhu Mythos, though tales of horror, are also rich with deep themes that reflect H.P. Lovecraft's worldview. Below, we'll explore some of the most common themes that run through his stories. Cosmic horror is perhaps the most prominent theme in Lovecraft's work. This concept is based on the idea that there are forces and entities in the universe that are incomprehensible to the human mind. In his stories, characters are often confronted with realities that defy their understanding, leading to a profound sense of insignificance. Cthulhu and other deities represent this horror, being so powerful that their mere existence can lead to madness. Lovecraft reminds us that the universe is vast, cold, and often indifferent to humanity. Another recurring theme is the madness that results from the pursuit of forbidden knowledge. Many characters in his stories, such as in The Call of Cthulhu or The Shadow over Innsmouth, are drawn into investigating hidden truths that should remain in the dark. Often, this knowledge is not only terrifying but also results in the loss of sanity. Lovecraft suggests that there are certain truths about the universe that are so disturbing that simply knowing them can destroy the human mind. Cults and rituals are key elements in many of Lovecraft's stories. These secret societies, which worship deities such as Cthulhu, often perform rituals to summon these beings or to gain their favor. These cults represent the desperation and hopelessness of humans searching for answers in a world they do not understand. In stories such as The Call of Cthulhu and The Shadow over Innsmouth, cults show the fragility of human morality and how desperation can lead people to make terrifying decisions. The duality of human nature is another theme explored in the Cthulhu Mythos. Lovecraft portrays his characters as complex beings, capable of both greatness and madness. Often, his protagonists are scientists or academics, people who seek the truth but find themselves caught in a spiral of horror. This internal struggle between the pursuit of knowledge and the preservation of sanity is a common thread in his stories, showing that human curiosity can be both a blessing and a curse. Together, these themes not only enrich Lovecraft's stories, but also invite reflection on our own existence and our place in the universe. In exploring the Cthulhu Mythos, we are confronted with disturbing questions about the nature of knowledge, the fear of the unknown, and the fragility of our sanity. The legacy of the Cthulhu Mythos is undeniable and has endured throughout the decades, transcending literature and permeating various forms of art and entertainment. H.P. Lovecraft's influence extends beyond his stories, leaving an indelible mark on popular culture. The Cthulhu Mythos has inspired a multitude of writers over the years. Authors such as August Derleth, Robert E. Howard, and Ramsey Campbell have continued the Lovecraftian tradition, expanding the universe with their own stories. Additionally, Lovecraft's style and themes have influenced genres such as dark fantasy and modern horror, helping to shape contemporary literature. Lovecraft's impact is also felt in cinema. Films such as Reanimator, The Call of Cthulhu, and Color Out of Space have brought his stories to the big screen, albeit often adapted to different settings. In the world of video games, titles such as Bloodborne, Darkest Dungeon, and Call of Cthulhu have incorporated elements of the mythos, allowing players to experience cosmic horror in an interactive way. These adaptations not only keep Lovecraft's work alive, but also introduce his themes to new generations. The Cthulhu Mythos has permeated popular culture in unexpected ways. From board games like Arkham Horror to Cthulhu's presence in internet memes, his figure has become a symbol of horror. Additionally, festivals, conventions, and online communities celebrate Lovecraft's work, creating a space for fans to share their love for his stories. The legacy of H.P. Lovecraft and the Cthulhu Mythos lives on, inspiring artists, writers, and creators around the world. His vision of cosmic horror and the unknown has left an indelible mark on the collective imagination, reminding us that, ultimately, true terror lies in what we cannot understand. So, by exploring Lovecraft's stories, we are not only entering into his universe, but also into a tradition that continues to grow and evolve. In the next section, we will summarize what we have learned and how we can continue to explore the fascinating world of H.P. Lovecraft. We have reached the end of our journey through the Cthulhu Mythos, and it is essential to remember the importance of these stories in horror literature. H.P. Lovecraft not only created a universe full of terrifying creatures and dark cults, but he also made us reflect on our own existence in a vast and indifferent cosmos. His legacy continues to inspire writers, filmmakers, and artists, keeping the fear of the unknown alive. I invite you to explore more about Lovecraft and his work. Dive into his stories, from the best-known ones like The Call of Cthulhu to less popular gems that also contain his unmistakable atmosphere of horror. Each story offers a new perspective on fear and madness, and each reading can be a transformative experience. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Your support means a lot and motivates me to keep creating more interesting content. Also, if you're not subscribed yet, join our community so you don't miss out on anything. Thanks for your support.